In this video, I'm going to explain how you talk to vendors to get them agreed to do a purchase lease option, otherwise known as a PLO. So my name's Simon Zutshi. I'm the founder of the Property Investors Network. I'm the author of Property Magic, the Amazon #1 property bestseller, and I've been investing in property since 1995. And since 2007, I've been using purchase lease options as a powerful tool to control property where you can get cash flow and equity growth from a property you don't own. Now, basically, let me explain how it works. So you look for someone who's selling their property. They're struggling to sell their property. And for whatever reason, they don't want the property. Now, it's very important to understand there are two fundamental reasons people sell a property. One is they're trying to access the equity from the property. The other is they just don't want the property, they don't want the hassle. Now, if someone's trying to access the money, they need the money now for something else, like paying down some other debt, paying for their daughter's wedding, or investing in a business, then a purchase lease option is not going to work. Because with a purchase lease option, what we're basically doing is we're renting the property for a number of years, and then we've got the right to buy the property in the future. We're not obligated to buy the property. We may not buy it, but we probably plan to and intend to buy it in the future. That means they're not going to get the money now. So if they're selling a property now to get money, an option is not the appropriate thing to do. But if they're selling a property and they don't need the money and they're just going to put the money in the bank, or maybe there is no money because there's no equity, well, that's when an option could work particularly well. So how do we suggest this to the owners? So first of all, it's about always understanding we want to work with motivated sellers. These are people who have got a property problem and they want that problem solving. And because of that, they're more flexible on the price and or the terms of the sale. So we need to find these motivated sellers. That's what I talk about in my book, Property Magic. And once we've found them, we need to understand about their problems. So we ask them questions, try and dig deep to find out what's going on for them and how can we possibly help them to find an ethical win-win solution. And the whole point is when you're presenting a purchase lease option to the owner, you want what you're presenting to be a better solution than whatever the alternative is. So let's say someone's got a property that's worth £200,000, and in today's current market, they're probably not going to get the full price because the market's a bit shaky. There's a lot of uncertainty due to various things. So if something's worth 200,000, people might be offering 185, 190. They're not going to get the full price. Well, when we do a purchase lease option, because we're not buying it now and we're buying it in the future, we can say to them, well, would you like to get a sale now, which I can do for less money? Or if you're a bit flexible and you're prepared to wait for the money, I can give you more money. Would that be of interest to you? Now, if they say, well, yeah, I'm prepared to wait for get more, how can we do that? Well, instead of buying for 190, which might be a discount on today's price, we can offer the full £200,000. Now, why might we do that? Why would we buy at full price? Well, today's full price might well be discounted in the future if the value goes up. You see, we get the right to buy today. We agree the price today as part of a purchase lease option contract for $200,000. In 5 years' time, because we've got any time within that option period, it might be a year, 3, 5 years' time, that property might be worth $250,000. But yet we can buy it for the agreed price of $200,000. So even though today it's full market price, today's full market price might well be a discounted price in the future. So we can afford to pay them more money than they would get right now. So that's a first benefit we can give them. And a way we might position to, they say, well, yeah, but what do I do in the meantime? So we say, look, would you be interested in renting your property for maybe 3 to 5 years? And at the end of that time, would you be interested in selling it to me? If they say yes, fundamentally, that's an option they've agreed to. You've just got to negotiate the terms. Now, there are several things you will negotiate and agree on. Obviously, you've got to agree what's the purchase price. You've got to agree how long is the option period. And with a purchase lease option, you pay a monthly payment to the owner for you to be able to use the property. Now, you can actually move into the property yourself and live there. You can rent it out as an HMO, a service accommodation, whatever you want. And the great thing about this strategy, it works with so many different strategies, which is fantastic. But it's all about finding the owner who doesn't need the money now, and they're prepared to wait because they can see it as a better solution. Now, imagine someone's got a property that's owned outright. And sometimes people are incorrect. They think, oh, a property has to be in negative equity for an option to work. That's just not right. The people who don't know what they're talking about tell you that. You can buy a property, get an option on a property that's 100% debt-free. So it might be worth $200,000. There's no mortgage at all. Now think about it. If the owners don't need the money now, they're selling it because they don't want the hassle, and they put that money into the bank, they're not going to get a very good return on that money. But we can show them how our alternative is better. We said, well, we'll give you the full price, but actually let's do it in maybe 3 to 5 years' time. And in the meantime, we'll rent that property, and the income we'll give you is much more than you could earn if you just put the money in the bank. By the way, we take care of the property. We've got to obviously insure it and maintain it, and we treat it just like our own property in exactly the same way as if you did actually buy it. You'd be doing all the maintenance, all the work. So you need to check to make sure that it's not falling apart, not going to cost you a fortune to look after it. And if it is, you probably don't want to buy it anyway. But as long as it's a reasonably sound property, you just do the maintenance like you would do if you actually owned it. So the whole point about speaking to sellers is understanding, first of all, do they need the money now? If they do, an option probably won't work. If they need some money now, how much is it? Because there might be a property worth 200,000, mortgage of 120, and there's 80,000 equity. They don't need the whole 80, maybe they just need 20. But they're selling it because they want to get access to that 20. Well, maybe we can give them the 20 as an option fee. That's still a lot less than we'd put in if we actually bought the property with a 25% deposit. And then any option fee you pay up front comes off the end purchase price anyway. So it means you're putting a lot less money in than buying, and that's why we get a much higher return on investment when doing a purchase lease option. So speaking to sellers, it's about keeping the language simple. And by the way, never ever use the terminology PLO or purchase lease option. They don't know what that means. Keep it simple. It's about us renting the property for a period of time, and if we like it, buying it sometime within that rental period. That's how we explain purchase lease options to people. That's how you get them to agree. If you complicate it, if they don't understand it, they're not going to agree. Keep it simple, keep it easy, make sure what you're proposing is a better alternative than what else they could do. That's where you're going to get options agreed, and options can give you cash flow and equity growth from property you don't own. I hope this has been useful. Please do come and comment in the box below. If you've got any questions, put them in there. If you like this, maybe subscribe to the channel, tell other people about it, and I hope we can help you on more of these educational videos in the future. My name is Simon Zutshi. I encourage you to invest with knowledge, invest with skill. Thank you very much.